Hi guys, so I decided to jump on the bandwagon and leave Twitter, and I think this is going to be a very thorough purge of my account. And if you're an artist yourself, or if you follow other artists, you probably know that a lot of other people are making the same decision as I am now. And there are plenty of reasons for that. I have been trying to delude myself into thinking that I won't have to leave the platform, that everything will be okay. And that's because for the past 5 years, Twitter has been my main platform, and that's the place on the internet where I have the most followers. And my own reasons, my personal reasons for leaving, is the fact that I feel like the platform isn't a place where I want to be any longer. I think all of the moderation efforts and resources on the platform are being used solely to push for Elon's agenda, his political agenda and ideological agenda, to be specific. I don't feel safe on the platform because I don't think there's any sort of moderation which concerns the safety of the user on the platform, or like user experience, even that. Being on the platform hasn't been like a joyful experience or a fun experience in a while. So I think I've hit the wall with it. I don't know, I don't feel comfortable with my posts staying up on that particular place. So that's basically it. That's the explanation. I thought about it a lot, and this is the conclusion I came to. Also, I'm now on Blue Sky, spending most of my time there, and I feel so much better on the platform because I feel like, I don't know, people actually want to talk. You don't have to see ads, you don't have to see rage bait. It's amazing. I hope it stays that way for as long as it can. But because I want to delete all of this from Twitter, and I'm a fairly sentimental person, and I get attached even to social media posts, as ridiculous as that sounds. I honestly thought like it will probably be easier for me to do all that if I have some sort of record of me doing that, or me going through my old posts. And so I thought we could do it together. This is maybe the most self-indulgent video I will be making in the near future. So if you keep watching, thank you. I hope you'll have fun. And I will just go through my posts from my oldest one to the newest one and click on the most fun ones, on some highlights, and talk about them. And that's basically the plan for this. So let's get started. Okay, the first one I see here is this legend. It was in 21. Yeah, I was very into like meme art back then, and I think this one stayed a work in progress, and I think I lost it when I switched from my old iPad to my new one. So like having this, seeing this, it is one I will save this just to have it like as a JPEG. Work in progress, it's a toad, but still. Oh, work in progress. Yeah, puns. Oh, okay, so this is one version of my most popular artwork. I feel like most people have found me through this artwork, but this is also connected to the Portfolio Day post. This is, I think, the first Portfolio Day I participated in. I specialize in cozy and whimsical illustrations and portraits. So yeah, I still do that, I feel like. And this is a botanical type illustration. I feel like this is the first time I tried doing that, and I think you can tell. I come from a graphic design background, so I like playing with shapes and like gradients the most, or at least did back then. This is a very fun sketch, and I like sketch more than the finished work that you will see in a few minutes probably. Yeah, sometimes it happens like that. But this is one I still like a lot. I'm a big fan of cows, as you can tell, and as you will see. I want to give you a big smooch. Again, puns. But yeah, cows and strawberries are like a big fan of those. I guess I planned on joining the 100-day project. I think I gave up pretty early in. I don't know, there's something about like these that feels very compelling to me, but it's very hard to keep up if drawing and posting on social media isn't your like only job that you have. 100 things I would like to draw. I posted this 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago actually, and I'm not sure if I did all of this. I will save it and then I could probably do like sketchbook spreads. And I feel like this one, yeah, this is the start of an era. Maybe you know already, but I have this series of illustrations where there's a paint tube and then some sort of a flower coming out of it. And this was the inception of that whole series. And I made a very, like, I want to say low effort gift, but honestly it wasn't low effort for me. I don't have any experience when it comes to animation or gift making. Well, I do have now more than I had back then, but even now I'm very shaky when it comes to that. So like, yeah, this was very fun, and I'm still pretty happy with this. Okay, this was my first viral post on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. There was a video of this pelican trying to eat a whole capybara. Like, props for ambition, sir. And I saw it in the middle of the night, and I remember staying awake just so I could draw this. And it says self-care goals: unbothered, moisturized, happy in my lane, focused, flourishing, because capybara truly was unbothered through that whole video. This is a sketch. Am I losing it? Work in progress. Am I losing it? Yeah, and it's a GIF as well. It's a Polaroid photo of a capybara in a summer outfit, and I think it's cute. I think it's a very cute idea, and I'm happy. It's my 4th entry in the 100-day project. Yeah, and this is the full illustration of the sketch I mentioned earlier. And I am not too happy with it. I think I like the idea, like the elements, like the concept, but something is missing. Okay, I feel like this one is a pretty fun one, because it also, in a way, is an inception of a different series I have, where I draw mostly medieval, like mainly medieval weapons, with some flowers behind them, and it's called Gentle Violence. And like, it's very funny looking back at how I drew the sword. Yeah, I think you can see the improvement, and you can see like how my style developed over the years, or at least I can, and it's very interesting to me. Oh my, call me maybe, telephone me perhaps. And these are some patterns I did. I haven't drawn any patterns in a while, and I always feel like I should go back to it, because it was really fun back when I did it more. Okay, another one that I want to reuse or make it into a series or something, but I also have used this concept in an enamel pin design. I haven't had the chance to manufacture it yet, but it is on my to-do list. So yeah, I feel like it's a very cool one, and maybe like relatable to a lot of artists and art lovers. Okay, this is my little cat. His name is Rue, the culprit. Not me thinking I got a message every time my cat snorts. Yeah, he has a very loud snort. Oh, this is a very fun commission I worked on. It's for Laura Krohn for their YouTube banner. And yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I still like how this turned out. Okay, this is one that's very Twitter, because it's a gimmicky post. So here's a capybara with two capybaras with some duckies, but there are also these sort of like sparkles and hearts, and they would continue in the text up above the image. And I feel like it's fun when you sort of make art that uses the platform to its advantage, you know? Here's that artwork that I said I think most of the people who have found me through. Animal Artists Unite. Man, that was a hashtag back then. That was an event. Twitter was so cool because it had so many art events where everybody would participate and comment on each other's posts and stuff. Oh, okay, I redrew this one a few years ago, and I think I did a much better job. You will see once we move up. This is a cool sketch. Here is another like meme sort of artwork. There was a bear who was like bathing in a river and enjoying himself, and everybody was redrawing it, and this is my take on it. I added some duckies and these sunglasses, in case you were wondering if the bear on the image had sunglasses or no. My Stardew Valley fan art, and yes, this is fan art because this is the Spring Crops bundle, and I enjoy drawing mundane things like that, like vegetables. This is from my second graduation project. I graduated twice, it's a long story, but anyway, this one was doing a visual identity for like a made-up children's clothing company called Tashi Tashi, because there's a song in Serbian, like a nursery rhyme, that I'm referencing with the name, and I liked doing this so much that I still am kind of thinking that maybe one day I would like to actually have and run like a children's clothing store. This was done, I think, for a Secret Santa, no, Valentine's exchange. Yeah, and this is like a Secret Santa Valentine's exchange, and I drew this maned wolf, right? Yeah, maned wolf. Okay, so here is the first time I ever drew something with Poscas. I got Poscas for New Year's from my husband, and yeah, this is what I drew. This is his, I think. Yeah, this is us smooching. This is a sketch that I turned into, I finished, and I'm still fairly happy with. Sparrows. Sparrows are some of my favorite birds. Here is my OC that I definitely should draw more of. Her name is Frida, and this is her familiar pole, and she's a witch, naturally, because I like witches. And this is for portfolio day. Also, probably my second most popular artwork, though it isn't this version that's most popular, it's the newer version, but still this one was nice. Okay, let's see. Oof, this is the funniest photo I have of my cat. He looks like a goblin here, absolutely, like, look at this. But he's a very pretty boy. This is when I graduated. Guess who graduated today? Yes, it was me. And here's my cat. He celebrated with me. That's amazing achievement. Oh, another one where I had the idea and then just had to stay up until like 5 a.m. to finish it and immediately post it. So yeah, it's a field mouse, and he is just chilling in a tulip, as one does. This is the first ever game jam I participated in with my husband, and we made a game where it's like a deck builder, and it's called Debate Time, and you are debating people online. But the thing is, you are the troll in this one. So like you would pull out cards that say actually, say nonsense and stuff, and you would score points that way, and I feel like it's fun. I had a lot of fun making all of these. Another one of my cat and my rainbow shelf, my old rainbow shelf. Oh, okay, these are photos I took and I really like. I have never been much of a photography girly, but these I think are great. My next self-portrait, drew myself as a Slavic half-orc. I think I used this one for like 2 years. Loved it a lot, still love it. And here's a work in progress. Sneak peek of something I'm slowly working on. I don't think I ever finished this, and I really, really miss working in this style where I like get to sculpt the face. I miss digital painting, basically. Yeah, here's that sparrow's illustration I finished, and I do still like it a lot. But here, this is my old digital painting of a witch and her familiar, which is a deer. And whenever I used to paint people, I would give them some very striking facial features, because that's what I think is most beautiful. That's what I enjoy a lot. So either like a crooked nose or like really, really big eye bags or something like that. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that, and I would love to go back to it. This is a sketch I drew of character from a like fantasy, like TTRPG podcast. Strings of Fate, I think, is the podcast called. Yeah, Strings of Fate. Got some Stardew Valley mods for the first time, went ham on them, and this is what I ended up with. This is a fun one where I had like this sort of passing idea and just went for it, and I do like it. I like how stylish this chicken is. Point of view, you're the best dressed chick on the farm and you stumble upon a cup filled with strawberries. What do you do? This is a photo of me that my husband took that I am still using, I think, on some websites where my author profile is up. And here is my debut, my first book that I wrote and illustrated. It was published in Serbia, but by one of the biggest publishers for kids' books in Serbia, and my favorite one. When I was a kid, I loved their books, all of their books. So like having a book out with them is honestly a dream come true. And I drew myself here to resemble my character. This is her. The book is called Veoma Visoka Veštica in Serbian, and it translates to a very tall witch. It's about a witch that's very, very tall, but she's also very clumsy. And one day she wants to make cookie dough, but she ends up accidentally making a shrinking potion. And so she has to figure out how to get tall again, and she meets some new friends and learns some stuff. You know how it goes. So yeah, that's my book. And this is a character I'm still keeping sort of secret. Because she is a part of another project I'm working on, and hopefully I will be able to share more about very soon. Okay, I think this is my favorite artwork of a bird I ever drew. This is Stellar's Jay, and I really like the juxtaposition between like the little leaves up top and in the bottom, and yeah, I'm happy with this. And I really like their face. If you watched my my last video, you already know, but people tell me that my birds have Gossip Girl face, and yes, they do. But here is like, this was a dream come true. I went into a bookstore and I found my book on the shelves, and I cannot even begin to explain the feeling. Like, it's so exciting. Okay, this one is also an older digital painting of mine from 2017, yeah? And I painted this elf. Back then I used Photoshop, and I was painting with just one brush. It was like a square brush, and I feel like you can do so much with just one brush, and I'm like, yeah, here's the result of that. And I liked it. I still like it a lot, and I tried to redraw it, but I never went through with it like past this sketch, which I do like, but I don't know, there's something about the original that I find very enjoyable still. Another bird that I'm not as happy with as with Stellar's Jay, but I do like the colors here, and the feet. I think I did a good job with the feet. Speaking of my cats, Pete, a sketch that never went anywhere, but here are some novelty teapots. I'm a big novelty teapot enjoyer. I don't have any yet, but I would like to, and I would like to draw more of them. Oh man, this is another sketch that I never finished. This is like a bear grandma, and here is a village version, and then this is a city version. And the village version, on her apron, it says Ljubi Baba, which is like, translated, it says grandma sends her kisses, basically. And the city grandma says kiss the cook. And I like them. I think I should finish this sketch for sure. Existential crisis. My cat has an existential crisis. Who doesn't? Here's another one that I do like. I think it's from like 2018. It's a bat. It's a cute little bat. Oh, okay, so this is Sir Lancelot, and he's a little knight, and I decided to make his armor not strawberry inspired, but literally strawberries. Like, his shield is half a strawberry, and then his armor is strawberry flower and some leaves and stuff. And now that I look at it, I don't think I don't think the proportions match, but I do still like it. Here are some sketches that I had. Like, he was either gonna have like a strawberry helmet or a strawberry shield, and I like the strawberry shield better, definitely. Another older piece that I still really like, it's supposed to be like a witch's diary, and opened to a page with yarrow and basil, and then I drew some yarrow and basil around it. And I do like how this turned out. Okay, this one actually got me a job. It secured me a collaboration with the Washi Station. I did this sort of assemblage, and it's also a start of another series of mine. I like doing series, if you haven't noticed. So I drew some washi tapes, and before this, I had no idea how one got to make washi tapes, how one got to manufacture them and stuff. And people liked them a lot, I guess, so they kept tagging the Washi Station, which is this very cool store and website where they collect a bunch of artists, and They have themed collections, I think 3 or 4 times a year. So after this illustration, I got to do some washi tapes for them, and that was very, very exciting. Okay, this is a... So we were walking in a park and we saw a squirrel, and I came up to it. I was joking. I came up to it and I was like, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty." But a woman passing by with her children obviously didn't figure I was joking, so she was like, "What are you doing?" And it was very embarrassing for me, I have to tell you that. Yeah, and this is an image I also really like. I think it went semi-viral back then. And it's an illustration of a calf living in a teacup, surrounded by lots of flowers. And yeah, I do like how she looks like. I think I wanted to make an OC out of her. I think her name was supposed to be Layla or something, maybe. Here's the mouse illustration that I redrew. I mean, this is the new version of that old one, and I do like how it turned out. I think it turned out much, much better. I played with lighting here, so I added some sort of light from the candle here. Yep. And this is the type of illustration I've definitely like to do more of, which is animals as like D&D characters. And here is Hawk Druid. Yeah, and here are those washi tapes from the Journaling Essentials illustration, and I actually do quite like, I think, all of them, and maybe I should make some of my own now. So there's a thought. And here's another animal character, like animal D&D character. This is Bison Warrior. Bison are one of my favorite animals, so I like this, and I would definitely turn him into a proper character so I could draw more of. Because if I redrew this, I would play with proportions a bit more. I would push like the shapes, and I would lean into the cartoonishness of it, and I would draw the double-headed axe way bigger. I climbed one of the mountains in Serbia, Retanj, and it was a very intense hike for me, but I'm very happy I got to do it. And these are dogs from other hikers that I was blessed to be able to take a photo with. And yeah, you remember when I talked about my series with like swords and plants behind them? This is also some of that. Yeah, and I wanted this to be the Sir Lancelot's sword. So yeah, that's it. Here is a Halloween illustration for me. It's a crow and a pumpkin, nothing groundbreaking about this, but I do like how it turned out. Like, I like the little stars around it, and how I did these vines, I want to say. And then I started drawing some pet portraits, or actually I wanted to start drawing some pet portraits, so I did some sketches. I think these were all requests. Spirit of the Lantern, yeah, it's another illustration where I had an idea, and yeah, just couldn't stop drawing until I had it out of my mind and onto the canvas. Oh, this is back from my first live stream. I had a perm back then, so that's where the curls come from. Ru, he's my supporter #1, and this is how he spent the entire live stream. It was very funny. Another like character illustration from back then. Pet portraits here of 2 cats. And here I got an opportunity to be a part of a really big exhibition in Belgrade. It's called Golden Pen, and it's of published illustrations, mostly like in books. And yeah, I got the opportunity to be a part of it with my illustrations from my picture book. It was a very big day for me. Oh my god, another gimmicky post, like the Twitter gimmicky post, but this time it's a cat licking his butt. Here is Art versus the Artist of 2021, the year I finally committed to being an illustrator. And yeah, that's the year I decided I definitely want to do this full-time and with all my heart. I did some Posca sketches in a sketchbook with black paper. Cannot say I'm blown away by any of these, but I did have a lot of fun drawing them. Yeah, this is from a Christmas a long time ago, and I really like the customs we have, or I had growing up, we have back in Serbia. I have been planning on making a zine about it for a very long time, so maybe I will do it this year. We'll see. And here, yeah, I opened an Etsy shop, and this is how it looked back when I first opened it. And I think it's really cute. I remember working so hard to make the banner and everything look cohesive and professional. And here is a still from a vlog that never saw the light of day. But yeah, I was talking to the camera and my cat just came up to me and started asking for some kisses, and it was adorable. So I am very glad I have that documented, and here he is being very cute. This is a cool illustration where I had this idea, and I'm not sure if I actually did it justice, but I do like how it turned out. Oh, another pun. Life can be strawberry nice. Yeah, some of my stickers from back then. Nice. Still happy with them. There we go, a continuation of the series where I do flowers coming out of paint tubes. But this is, I always get compliments on my color palette, but did you know I use the same one every time? Yeah, that's true. 4 years ago I sat down, decided on 30 colors, and those are the only ones I've used since. That has been true for a while. Then I started moving away from that, but I'm coming back to it and I want to update my color palette because I like the cohesion there and I like the limitation it gives you. So yeah, definitely doing that again. A Valentine's Day illustration I did back then, and I am still really happy with it. I like sheep, and I feel like I did a very good job with this one. This is a card I made for my husband. It says, "You hot and me enamored." We have it on our fridge. This is a sketchbook spread that I'm really happy with still, but I abandoned the entire sketchbook because the format isn't really working for me. It's just a giant square. But I really like this spread. It's done with Poscas and then colored pencils. Another assemblage type illustration I did. This is for, botanist inventory. So this is all the things that botanists would have. And I enjoy doing these for multiple reasons, but one of them is also doing research of what to include. So that's fun. So I would travel, back then I would travel a lot between Serbia and Germany. When I got home one day, I saw that my sister put googly eyes, like basically everywhere, all over my room. But this is one place where I kept them for years after this because I just thought it was super funny. And this was above my desk, so I got to look at it almost every day. Yeah, this is a New Year's gift. In Serbia, we do gift giving on New Year's, not Christmas. And this is a gift from her. And contrary to what it looks like, it wasn't a chair. It was a board game. Yeah, and here are the washi tapes that I did in collaboration with Washi Station. The theme was Adventure Calls, and this is a herbalist forager. And we have a vintage adventure as well, and also these stamp washes with birds called Tiny Adventures. So there was, I think, 5 different birds, and all of them had some sort of object associated with adventuring with them. So yeah, that was fun. Oh, another like sort of series I like to do is having teapots with flowers coming out of them. You can tell that I like themes where flowers pop up everywhere. So I had that one, and here's another one with a novelty teapot in the shape of a house with strawberries coming out of it. As I said, I really like sparrows. So here's another illustration with a sparrow and some apples, and I like the creaminess and softness of it still, and the color palette. I was a big, and still am, a big fan of donkeys, and this is one donkey illustration I worked on for a very long time. This one took me, I think, working on and off for at least 2 months on it, and it was inspired by this donkey called Bruja, and she's amazing. But here is an art event that I hosted and plan on participating more. It's called Museum. So we were supposed to draw 18 different kind of museums in the month of May, but in May of 2022 I lost my dad, and it was a whole thing. It was the most traumatic event of my life, and I wasn't able to draw much at all. The only thing I drew is this, that I'm still very happy with. It's Natural History Museum, and all of these things are commonly found in natural history museums, and yeah, I like that one a lot. So yeah, happy with it. I think I have it printed somewhere and wanted to frame it in my room. That's how much I like it. This is from where, when I met FIFA. She came to Berlin and we met up for a sketchbook date, and I drew this little cat teapot with some flowers coming out of it, and she drew some mushroom girlies and girlies in general, and we exchanged the drawings, and I still have mine framed. Yeah, this is what she drew. Amazing, and it was so fun meeting her. Ooh, this one is fun. It's a frog roasting a marshmallow in front of their mushroom house, and it's autumn and Halloween inspired, and I like it because I wanted for a long time to draw an isometric scene like this, so when I finally did it, I was very happy with it, and still am. That was a lot of fun. Ooh, this is an old artwork of mine. It's a commission, and yeah, it says show your range with 2 pictures, and yeah, I can paint Dragon Age characters like this, but also draw donkeys like this. Yeah, and here, speaking of range, here's a picture book spread. It's a picture book I drew in 2022, and it's about a tickle monster, and it can be found on Amazon. And here's, I think, my favorite spread from back then. The client wanted it to feel soft and like watercolory. That's why I have all these watercolor blots in the background. Oh yeah, this is, but I'm not leaving this hellscape. I will make a Mastodon account and start using Tumblr again. This is from back when Elon bought Twitter and people were trying to leave Twitter for the first time, I think. But yeah, we stuck here for like 2 more years. Another one with the paint tube and like plants coming out of it. Autumn might be my favorite color. And here's an oak branch coming out of the plant, and here is like a comparison of the oldest one to the newest one in the series. That's fun. A character I drew on a stream actually, and she's like a granny witch, and I really like how she turned out, and I would like to maybe explore the character a bit more. Another pet portrait, actually some of the recent pet portraits I did. Man, I should draw pet portraits again. I enjoy doing them a lot. Yep. Here's some more. This one might be my favorite. I like ginger cats. I'm biased. I started playing Animal Crossing for the first time back then, and it says goes to Berlin once, and truer words were never spoken. Yeah, this is me. This is my little self-insert. Relevant, again. I feel like this video is 50% like cat photos, but look at him. He's adorable. Another assemblage piece, birders inventory, and that's when I realized the people who do a lot of bird watching are called birders, and it was very funny to me back then. Some more photos of myself. All of them are from my trip to Rhodos, but here I'm modeling for my best friend and her earring making business that she ran back then. And this is from a photo from a workshop. I illustrated a middle grade book back in Serbia. I did the chapter illustrations and some spot illustrations throughout, and I participated in a workshop here with the author. And honestly, these workshops are my absolute favorite part of the job, because I get to have so much fun, like talking about the characters and trying to teach kids how to draw them and stuff. So it's very, very fun. Each time I got to do this was absolutely amazing. Here I drew another dog more successfully, I feel like. And here are all the doodles from the children attending the workshop. It was great. This is from when I finally received the washi tape, like artist copies, samples. Took a while, but I was super happy, and I sampled them here. I still have a few left, actually. Oof, okay, this is from 2011, yeah. And this is like a Mr. Cat, and this is from 2021. So 10 years difference. I feel like that's nice. And here also like another one with human characters through the years, 2011, then I think 2013 or 14, not sure, 2017 I think, or 16, and then this is 2022. I think this one actually might be my favorite. I still like how it looks. I have no idea what I was talking about here. If you watched my last video, you saw this, but this is from sketchbook spread where I drew Wednesday. Once as a human and then as a cat. Yeah, Art versus the Artist 2022, and I think it's changed quite a lot from 2021. Here it is in 2021. and 2019. I like tracking my the change in my style through this. This is artist wrapped. It was like a meme going around where artists would do their favorite piece of the year and the one where you tried something new and like favorite colors, subjects, brushes and all that. And I think it's always fun to participate in events like this. Yeah, in 2023, in January, I did 30 days of doodles. Throughout the whole January, I drew doodles like this. And then I uploaded the time-lapse process from Procreate online. But I also drew this one. It's for the Year of the Rabbit. 2023 was the Year of the Rabbit. And here's a very fun and whimsical winter scene with a rabbit and bullfinch? I have no idea what the name of the bird is. My brain completely blank. These are also some sketches that you can learn more about in my last video. They were done for a game jam and I talk more about that there. Okay, I like this one from those daily doodles in January, and this one is fun. I feel like it's a duck sitting in a planter. And I did these sort of collections where I added all of them. I think it was fun. This isn't all of them, this is just the highlights, I think. Oh, another one, I used this as a sketch for a fully finished piece that you will see. Then I tried drawing some artworks for a funguary. This is one of them, and I do like how it looks. So it's a magpie incap. I think that's the name of the mushroom, and then I had an idea of it being like a character riding a magpie. I did some animal doodle requests on Instagram, and someone suggested manatees, and I do like how this one turned out. And I also had a meerkat suggestion. And this is from when I got engaged. It happened in March of 2023, so almost 2 years now. This is my tattoo from back then. I did the design and then just went to get a tattoo. Back then I also went to a tufting workshop, and this is the rug that I tufted. It's of course a strawberry, and as we speak I'm sitting on it. Here it is, and this is where I keep it and how it looks like most of the time. Another washi, another assemblage first of all, grandma core, but make it Slavic. And here are all the things that I associate with grandmas and that I actually saw in my grandmother's houses. And then I turned that into washi tape for the Washi Stations collection, grandma core. I also did a sticker sheet with all the pieces. I also got a wood burning machine, and here's my first wood burning piece. It's a cat surrounded by strawberries, of course. And I think for the first one, I did really good. I still have it somewhere. And my wood burning machine is in Serbia, and I should bring it back here. This is The Magic Fish. It's, I think, my favorite graphic novel. So if you like graphic novels, please give it a go. It's magical, magnificent, everything. I knew self-portrait, and this one includes my cat and some fun flowers around myself, my new hair. I like this one. I still use it. I need to update it though. But yeah, this might be my favorite one that I did, probably because Ru is featured. And then it was May, and I wanted to participate in Mermaid with some photos, and I did with some entries, and I did a few illustrations of characters. So this is the first one. We also have this one. This one, a mermaid, this one is loosely inspired by Marilyn Monroe. And this one, and I actually still really like all of them. I feel like they are all of the characters are sufficiently different and unique and have at least some sort of personality. I am happy with those. As I mentioned, I used the Daily Doodle sketch as a base for this illustration, and here it is. And I do like how I did it, and I do like what I did with these dewdrops. Wait, it's a GIF? Not a very successful one, but yeah, I did something. As you can see, the leaves are slowly swaying in the wind, I assume. This is when I went to a Playground Fest, and it was the first big art convention, art specifically convention that I attended. And I had such a great time. It was very rejuvenating. I met a lot of people. We were also given some sort of promo material, and one of them was a Moleskine sketchbook. And so I went with a friend, and we sat down, and she drew me these blobs, and then I drew the characters on top of blobs. And that's a super fun exercise, and actually one of my favorite ones to do in a sketchbook. This is a cute one. I wanted to do another entry, like another illustration of a backpack with some plants coming out of it, the everlasting theme, but also I included some mice. And I do like how they turned out. Like, I feel like this mouse on the bottom is very, very cute. Some other blobs, and then, yeah, characters on top. But I feel like this one is the most successful one, for sure. It's a little Viking dude, and I'm pleased with how he turned out. And this is how my art space looked back then. I'm in a different part of the apartment now because I needed more space, but yeah, this is how it looked. I experimented with landscapes back then, and I really like the feel and look of lasso tool illustrations. So, you know, when someone does like very sharp shape with lasso tool and then adds a lot of like painterly details and textures, I like that. And this was my first attempt at doing that, but I don't think it was a successful one, though I think it's fine. The illustration is fine. There's a lot of it about it that I like, and a lot about it that I think needs some more work, definitely. Another spread from a sketchbook that I do still like a lot. I was watching a character design course, online video course by Aaron Blaze, and then I did this. So he suggested drawing the same character in multiple poses with multiple different expressions and stuff. So this is me doing that. Yeah, and it's a cute one. Ooh, okay, so this is a photo of my cat that I took. I was laughing so much when I took it, and then it inspired me to draw this. It's him as a bread in a basket, like a loaf of cat. This is the cover of my book, actually. Tiny possum and giant strawberries. I like the idea, I like how this one turned out, and I think I should draw more possums. They're very fun to draw. This is my drawing, and then my teddy bear from when I was 6 years old. Like, I still have both of them, and it's really cute to look back on that. This is my mermaid entry, another one, and this is assemblage of mermaids inventory, and this might be the most successful one, actually, I think, because I also have like the part of the character and like some sort of storytelling going on. And I like what I did with the mirror here, how it's actually mermaids, like the mirror frame is nice. Good job, me. This is my favorite of the paint tube collection. It's a sunflower and the most successful one, and I plan on maybe redrawing this, simplifying it a bit and turning it into an acrylic keychain. Some more wood burning. I feel like you can already see like a lot of improvement, and also the wood was much softer and easier to work with. I was experimenting a lot here again, and this is a unicorn and some rainbow, happy unicorn and happy pride. This is an entry for that. This is from 2 markets that I had. I participated in back-to-back. This one I did really good at because it was mostly geared toward artists and craft makers. And here, even though my stand looked better, it was a disaster. And the guy selling strudels, really, really good strudels, like opposite of me, made all the money. And like people, it wasn't a market where people came to look for illustrations. So yeah, that was a bust. Another gentle violence, I think I counted this one actually as the first in the series. Yeah, it's a double-headed axe with some iris. More experiments, this time peaches. A peach branch with some and I played with colors here. I used blue for the flowers, and I do like the stylization, like the dreaminess of it. More experiments with texture mostly and colors, and like this is a pink leopard. I do like it, though it's not my style, definitely. So not something I would draw too much of in the future. Cottage core, cozy summer essentials assemblage, and it's a cute one. All of the cottage core summer essential thingies. It was a very, very hot summer back then, and yeah, this is the illustration reflecting that. This is back from, yeah, that's when the Barbie premiere happened, and I went to the premiere, like the theater was filled to the brim, and everybody was wearing something pink, and I like the feeling of the collectiveness there was very cute. Another paint tube thingy, this time with raspberries, and I'm not too happy with this. I still haven't figured out a good way to draw raspberries, to be honest. An illustration of a tiger, I am still fairly happy with. I like how it looks like he's glowing from the inside, and like the background stuff. I think that was very successful. But here, I think I knocked it out of the park with the metal texture. This is another entry in the Gentle Violence series, and I feel like because of this one that I should redo them all because this one is a lot better than the X one. You can see a lot of improvement here, and that's the trouble when you're doing series over the span of years. I mean, either trouble or a very interesting thing about it, depending on your perspective. Here's an experiment where I wanted to practice like drawing scenery and scenes more, and here's a forest scene with house built into a tree stump and then a little path towards it and stuff. And I like the composition here. I think I did well with the color choices as well, color values maybe, because I feel like they lead the viewer's eye very well across the illustration. But I'm not sure about the messiness, like the painterliness of it all. That's something I would like to explore. And this one is my most recent viral piece, let's say. So it's a Bulbasaur with a bouquet coming out of his bulb. And Bulbasaur is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. And I should draw more Pokemon, 1. And 2, like, I am very, very happy with how this turned out. I played with some oil pastels here in a sketchbook. Maybe a few months before this, I said I will never use oil pastels because I felt like the stickiness of it would bother me too much. Then I tried them, absolutely loved them. So never say never, folks. Okay, we're almost at the end. This one is from my bachelor's party. We did, my friend organized like a drink and draw, and we all painted scenes from Pride and Prejudice because that's my favorite movie. And this is my painting done in like 2 hours, and this is me holding it. Yeah, and it was such a nice idea, and so cool to have something like as a tangible memory. Amazing. Another art versus the artist, except this was 2023 edition. I got married last year. So yeah, this is the photo I chose for that. And I also did 100 days of sketchbooking from September to the end of December. And these are the 2 entries from that. And you saw, I think, all of these as well. And then, do we have anything new here? Here's a sketchbook entry where I drew stylized illustrations of people based on photos taken by Earth's World. They take photos from like flea markets and like markets in general, I think. And they have really good reference photos. Like the photos are really cool for references, so I would recommend. This is from when I did the logo for Nightshade, which is a program that poisons your data, so the generative AI systems would have trouble discerning, like the algorithm would have trouble discerning, analyzing the image, and basically incorporating that into the training and finished product. I have to say I am tired of talking. This is from when I went to Chennai earlier this year, and I loved it. I tried doing some plein air, and I feel like it's a very unsuccessful attempt, but it was still very fun to draw, and I loved India. I hope to visit again soon. And after that I started learning how to actually code video games. So I started making this one, and I'm still working on it, and I plan on hopefully, fingers crossed, publishing it come spring 2025. This is another Mimi illustration. Somebody was making like a bralette out of their hair. So Anna Moshak said, someone draw Senshi from Dungeon Meshi with his beard like this, and I simply had to. So I giggled like so much while drawing this. Amazing. Went to the playgrounds again this year and actually participated in their live drawing session. So I did this and I did this as well, and it was great fun. This is an older pieces. Yeah, 7+ years. Quote retweet with some of your Dragon Age art. It's 7+ years old at this point, and I'm definitely making some new art soon. I should. This Morrigan, Cassandra in like normal modern day clothing, Sarah, and my Inquisitor Madrigal Trevelyan. A little doodle I did because I was cutting my bangs. It says, "Oh God, perhaps I've lost the ability to cut my own bangs." Me after finding out, and it was a struggle for a few weeks until they grew out. And here's where I'm at, where I was at with my little platformer. I was struggling with some things, and then some really good people helped me out in the comments, and I managed to do all of the things I was struggling with their help. So it was like a diminishing health bar that like runs out as time passes by, and an enemy sprite, and I also have the health sprites. So yeah, we're still working on that. And then for this Halloween, I went to 2 parties, and for one of them I dressed up as Greg from Over the Garden Wall. Coincidentally, it's also Over the Garden Wall's 10th anniversary this year, so I feel like that aligned very nicely. So this is my costume, and I'm happy with the costume so much. Like, I think I nailed it, and I was instructed to do a Greg pose here in this one. And this is the thumbnail from my last video, Sketchbook Tour #1, and that brings us to an end of this journey. And now I'm gonna figure out how I want to delete everything, if I want to delete everything or leave something, and all that. So anyway, without further ado, let's bring this video to an end. You can leave a comment and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you next Saturday. Yeah, let's now get to deleting my posts. That's it. Bye.